All right, let's talk about Las Vegas, but not the Vegas you see in the movies. We are going way beyond the neon glow of the Strip. We're talking about actually finding a place to call home in one of the fastest growing cities in the entire country. And if you're thinking about making that move, well, you are definitely not alone, not by a long shot. Take a look at this number. That's how many new people are moving to Las Vegas every single day. The city is just exploding right now, pulling in people from all over who are looking for a major life change. And this quote from somebody who just moved there, it just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the number one reason people are flocking in. More than half of all the out-of-state buyers are coming from California, searching for that better quality of life that, doesn't completely drain their bank account. But this boom creates a huge question. I mean, seriously, where do you start? I can feel completely overwhelming, right? You've got these huge, sprawling suburbs, you've got cool urban lofts, and everything in between. The options are just endless. So today, we're going to give you a super clear framework to cut through all that noise and find the Vegas that is perfect for you. Okay, let's get into it. So what's really driving this thing? Well, it pretty much comes down to two massive magnets. First, you've got the financial pull. Nevada has zero state income tax. For a lot of people, that's like getting a huge instant pay raise. And second, just like we saw with that quote, you have this tidal wave of people, especially from California, who are just desperate for that lifestyle upgrade without the impossible price tag. Okay, and this right here, this is probably the most important takeaway from all our research. The best way to figure out the Las Vegas housing market isn't to start by staring at maps and real estate listings. No, it's to first figure out the lifestyle you actually want to live. So let's break down 4 totally different ways to live in Vegas. First up, we've got a lifestyle that might actually surprise you for a city in the middle of the desert, the outdoor enthusiast. This person isn't moving to Vegas for the casinos. They're moving for the canyons. This is for the person whose idea of a perfect weekend involves a mountain bike, a pair of hiking boots, and a whole lot of open space. And here's the really cool part. This isn't just about being a weekend warrior. The absolute dream for this person is to live in a place where you can literally just walk out your door and be on a hiking or biking trail in minutes, without ever having to get in a car. It's about weaving that active, outdoor life right into your daily routine. All right, our next archetype is probably a bit more familiar, the suburban family. For this group, the number one priority, above all else, is creating that perfect, supportive, and safe environment to put down some serious roots. We're talking tree-lined streets, community pool parties, and a life that's really built around family. So for this group, it all comes down to the amenities. They're looking for these amazing master plan communities that have fantastic schools, tons of parks and splash pads, and just that feeling that you're part of a real tight-knit community where you actually know your neighbors. Okay, let's slam on the brakes and do a complete 180 and head downtown to meet the urban dweller. This is the person who just thrives on the energy and the buzz of the city. They want to trade in that long, soul-crushing commute for a short walk to their favorite coffee shop or cool new art gallery. For this person, paradise is stepping out of their front door and being literally surrounded by coffee shops, vintage stores, amazing restaurants, the whole shebang. They want to live in a revitalized, creative neighborhood where having a car is, an option, not an absolute necessity. And for our last archetype, well, this one is all about living the vacation every single day. The resort lifestyle seeker. This is someone who's worked hard and now they want to live in a place that feels like a permanent 5-star getaway, where luxury and leisure are just part of the daily routine. I mean, just picture a life built around a championship golf course or a beautiful sparkling lake. We're talking about exclusive guard-gated communities, private country clubs, and a social calendar packed with parties and events. It's a life built around privacy, tranquility, and top-tier recreation. Okay, so we've got our 4 distinct lifestyles. That's the theory. Now let's get down to brass tacks. How does all this translate into an actual address on a map? This next slide is where we connect all the dots. This is where it all starts to make sense. Let's walk through this. So if you're that outdoor enthusiast, you're looking to the west side of the valley, places like Summerlin, which is literally right next to Red Rock Canyon. You can see the median home price there is around $645,000. For the suburban family, a place like Henderson is a top contender, famous for its amazing schools and parks, with a pretty similar price point. Now, if you're the urban dweller, you're looking at a totally different part of town, downtown and the Arts District, where the lifestyle is vibrant and much more affordable, with condos starting around $299,000. And finally, for that resort seeker, you're looking at super exclusive, guard-gated communities like Lake Las Vegas, where that life of luxury comes with a starting price tag of over $1.5 million. Okay, so finding your dream neighborhood is the fun part. But before you start packing the boxes, we have to talk about the real world for a second. Our sources are very clear. You need to understand the practical and sometimes hidden costs of living in Las Vegas.
First thing you need to know about HOAs, homeowners associations. They are everywhere in Vegas, especially in the newer communities. And yeah, they keep the neighborhoods looking beautiful and uniform, but they come with monthly fees and some very strict rules about everything from the color of your front door to what you can plant in your yard.
And we're not talking about pocket change. Check this out. This is a real monthly HOA fee from a community called Spanish Oaks. And in the more upscale communities with guard gates, community centers, and huge pools, believe me, those fees can be much, much higher. And that's not the only extra fee to watch out for. All right, get ready for a new acronym. A lot of these new master plan communities have something called SID or LID fees. The easiest way to think of them is like a hidden tax that the developer passes on to you, the homeowner, to pay for all the new roads, sewers, and parks. And these fees can add hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars to your yearly property tax bill for like 15 or 20 years. So just a few other hidden costs you absolutely need to have on your radar. That intense summer heat, it means your AC is going to be working overtime, so expect some high electricity bills. Car registration here can be a real shock, often over $1,000. And get this, in some communities, you might get hit with 2 HOA fees, one for the big master plan and another one for your little sub-neighborhood inside it. So you hear this a lot about Vegas suburbs, that cookie-cutter feel where every house kind of looks the same. It's one of the most common complaints we found. But what if that's just not you? What if you want something with a little more personality? Well, the good news is you totally have options. This is a perfect way to see it. On one side, you've got a beautiful, manicured place like Summerlin, but it comes with those strict HOA rules and often smaller yards. But on the other hand, you've got these incredible hidden gem neighborhoods like McNeil Estates, no HOA, huge lots, and one-of-a-kind custom-built vintage homes that are just overflowing with character. Vegas really does have both. And look, no matter where you end up, no matter which lifestyle you choose, you have to accept 2 fundamental, non-negotiable truths about living in Las Vegas. 1, this is a car city. It's sprawling, so with very, very few exceptions, you are going to need a car. And 2, the summer heat is no joke. Just get ready for a few months a year where your air conditioning becomes your absolute best friend. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, it becomes really clear. This isn't just about finding a house. It's about finding a life. The real question you should be asking isn't if Vegas is the right city for you, but which version of Vegas fits the future that you want to build for yourself. So as you think about it, what is the life you're really moving for?